Jump right into it, heading over to Shaka Sports Turf for our first game of the night. Retrievers at Vikings. On the mound for the Retrievers is Zelda Narwhal. On the mound for the Vikings is Gardner Minshew, as we are underway here for Week 8, Day 3. Harold McHenry to lead things off. Running will be providing stats on the different players, both hitting and pitching wise, as he gets swung up there. But I do want to bring up first in terms of where these two teams match in terms of their hitting and pitching in the leagues. That one's lined right to read for the second out. Vikings this season are the 10th best hitting team, 269 average. Have hit the 12th most home runs, perfectly middle, and then perfectly middle with their K rate, striking out about 24% of the time up at the plate. For the Retrievers, on the other hand, they are the second best hitting team in the league, 322 average, 14th in home runs, 15th in strikeout rate, as she is going to earn a walk there, bringing up Barry Buns. In terms of pitching for these two teams, the Vikings are the 6th best, both in ERA and WHIP, as that one is into center. Judd French makes a grab for the third out. We'll head to the bottom of the first to the Vikings for the first time. We also see Zelda Narwhal for the Retrievers. Retrievers as a team are the 10th best ERA, 13th best WHIP. That's 3.636 ERA and a 1.366 WHIP, as this is immediately popped up into right and caught by McHenry for the first out.
You know, and with both number twos on the mound for both teams, it's going to be pretty crazy to see. You know, these hitting stats are going to be what matters in this game. And I think the real decider here is going to be how deep those starters go.
William Diamond, when I join the minors, my D-backs fear me. The team to fear in the minors is without a doubt the Monstars. Yeah, I'm telling. Listen,
it's the Jungle Kings. It's the Jungle Kings for me.
Guys, you have access to the majors tracking, as he gets swung up there. You have access to the majors tracking. Listen, I go to Retrievers, I go to team batting, I go to Retrievers. You have the second best average in the lead, 67 for 208. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah. And somehow the overdrafts have the best average.
As he gets on there. Well, that one's understandable, especially the tear they went on at the beginning of the season.
Overdrafts, they've been smacking the hide off the ball.
Overdraft's one of 3 teams with over 100 hits this season. This is Dale Blanco Jr. for the Retrievers. That one right to Jacinda Smith for the second out.
The second baseman.
There'll be a new force to be reckoned with. Well, we'd love to have you as a part of the community. You can join our socials. We've got Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, but by far we're the most engaged in the Discord. You're aware of the stats, but it doesn't seem right. She gets rung up there. Listen, what you determine to be true and what is actually true are two very different things. Good evening, Elder. Welcome, welcome. What can you tell me about Zelda Narwhal this season, running?
So Narwhal in terms of actual stats, you know, 95 velocity, 61 chunk, 80 accuracy. I really like the high accuracy pitchers. You know, that high accuracy, high velo is really good. Gets you all the way out there. And to say that, let me scroll down and find her here.
And if you go to the major stat tracking under batting pivot, pitching pivot, you'll see their stats in terms of this season. As that's going to be a walk issue there.
All the teams
first and second.
All teams were grouped up together. There it is. So in 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, and 8 Ks.
No. Don't go there. Go to the pivot. The batting pivot.
The pivot, okay.
Pivot. That one's,
okay.
Those aren't
That's
up.
Okay. There we go. So, technical difficulties. So 12
Rolled up
innings,
there, so add another strikeout to whatever you call up there.
12 innings pitched, 11 hits given up, 6 earned, 3 walks, and 15 Ks now, with only 1 home run given up.
Puppet, we can change that undershirt if you want. Just let me know. Popped up. Oh, that drops down, but they're gonna get the runner at second. Not at third. That goes out of play, and the Vikings will take the lead.
The shortstop, number.
What in God's name just happened? There is no God. The Retrievers killed them with their fielding.
That was unexpected.
Now back, the third baseman.
Well, the Vikings now have a 1-0 lead. That was crazy. Absolutely.
That was certainly something. Reminiscent of the Detroit Tigers walk-off the other day, or the walk-off against the Detroit Tigers, I should say, the other day.
Yeah, so Whitney, what happened is that it was a bomber special into right. Should have been caught, has to be said, by the second baseman, but it dropped down. The right fielder made the throw to, the runners held up because they thought it was going to get caught. The throw to second was in time. They tried to throw to third to get the Dragon special get out of the inning, and it got overthrown out of play, and so the runner went from third to home. Is what just happened.
Number 10.
William Diamond, where'd you find out about the league from? If I had to choose an MLB legend, I want Barry Bonds to play with the Retrievers. That way it'd be Barry Bonds and Barry Bonds. It's an Angel special. That's it, Kawashi. That's it, Kawashi. The name of that will be the birth of the other one that happened the other night is the birth of the Angel special. This is the Angel special.
It's the get one, throw it right out of play.
Yeah, it's no. Well, the Angel special is just, I think, it's just gonna be just throwing it out of play.
Okay.
Because the Dragon special is just getting a double play, and a Bomber special is just getting a blooper through. As he gets hung up there.
16 now on the season.
Fielder, number 37.
Actually, 17. It's just got 3 Ks this game.
And then if you go to batting pivot, you can see the batting averages for the individual players. As she gets hung up there. So the,
and that's just for the teams.
Yeah, so as you can see, the
today.
batting individual, pitching individual has it like total. The pivot I can sort by the teams, and so you can see just what they've been doing with the teams.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. That ball skied into center. That should die.
It is Shaka. All fly ball must die.
it's definitely where all fly balls
zone. Yeah. You want to keep things on the ground at Shaka.
Why is it a Dragon special? Because, I mean, I was not here for it. Whitney was probably, of anyone here, the one who would have been around for it. But apparently, the Dragons just kept on hitting into double plays, and so it was the birth of the Dragon special. As she gets hung up there. And that's just the name of it. So now, anytime the ball is thrown out of play, it's an Angel special.
Yeah, and it's actually pretty crazy in this game right now how even these two pitchers actually are. So both pitchers, let's see, Minshew's got 13 innings pitched, Narwhal's got 12. Both have given up 11 hits before this game, I should say. Both have given up 6 earned. Minshew's given up 1 more walk. Narwhal's given up 3. Minshew's given up 4, and Minshew has more strikeouts heading into the game and more home runs.
Yeah, Dean also would have been around the same time. By the way, Dean, get a look at the emotes. If you are following, make sure you are, as that ball is jacked, heading deep, back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 428 feet and buns has this game tied up at 1. You'll notice we've got 5 emotes that you can use if you are following. And because it's the game of the night, we've got the Bombers, we've got the Serpents, we've got Hamish Rifleman, and Big Mick Large Huge. Followed on Twitter. Well, thanks for the follow, William Diamond.
Now back.
Appreciate it.
The third baseman.
We're definitely the most
number
active on our
16.
Discord. But I'd probably say second most active would be Twitter, especially with Shag heading things up. Shag's doing some great things on the Twitter. Right to Ferrari,
Yeah, those
to
graphics
first.
Shag has been making are really good.
And I told him the pictures that he had for last night's games were really, really good pictures.
Yeah. He's been getting really good screenshots. I want to know how he gets the angles of some of those.
Ferrari, what a snag! Chris Luzon, I was talking with Josh earlier today. Chris Luzon at short last night for the Jacks put on a clinic, and so the Vikings now dealing with another good fielding shortstop.
Yeah, and you know, speaking of the things for the Vikings, I know people in Discord have kind of been seeing it all this morning. You know, this game's kind of do or die for them realistically in terms of making the playoffs. If they lose this game, it becomes significantly more difficult for the Vikings to make the playoffs this season.
Well, it's significantly difficult to get on base as she gets rung up there. We'll head to the top of the fifth, still a 1-1 game. Unfortunately, William Diamond, we do not, we just did through a round of expansion, so we aren't adding new teams. However, I just talked with Josh today, and the player submissions for the Season 9 draft is going to be coming pretty soon, so you won't be able to have the Diamondbacks in the league, but you could have like a William Diamond or a William Diamondback as a part of the league. You can create that player as he gets hung up there. And I'm gonna go ahead and tease it for everyone here. Gonna tease it. All right, Josh might get mad at me here.
Now
I'm
I'm
gonna tease
interested.
this. Starting with Season 9, if you submit a player, you're going to have more of a role in that player's career than previous. And in fact, if you are not a manager, this is a huge game. As he rings her up there, it's a huge game because even though you don't manage a team, you could still have a say in how your player develops. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. If you want more, you're just gonna have to wait.
The catcher, number
But
37.
just know that things are in the works. We're always talking about how we can, you know, we already have a lot of managers that are really involved. We're trying to get, you know, we got the Kawashis of the world, right? Who aren't managers and who aren't assistant managers. Want to make sure that they have a say in how things can happen.
Oh, listen to what Mark
The
said.
right fielder, number
So I can ruin my player stats if a team I don't like drafts him. You won't be able to ruin their ability, is what I'll say. There is no way that you will be able to decrease their stats. Elder, yes and no.
We're gonna
Yes
get
and
live
no.
Twitch boosts. We're gonna get live Twitch boosts. That'd be dope.
batting. The second baseman.
Once it's set, it's permanent. It will be. Listen, guys, you're trying to get me to talk about too much. Puppet, by the way, do let me know if you want me to change that red undershirt for Zelda. All I'm saying is that you're gonna have the ability to do more, and then even come season 10, the way you draft players may be completely different. All right, you want to keep? Oh yeah, same with. Well, it makes sense for Grogu because he's a Yoda. That one is laced up the middle.
I think the red sleeves just distracts the hitters.
The shortstop,
I think you keep them
It looks like a render error.
a little bit. That'll be interesting. It's an interesting change. Now you've got me thinking.
Yeah, listen, I can't talk too much about it. But
You know, from all the stuff I put in the Discord, I'm a tinfoil hat person, so I can already come up with all kinds of theories on it.
yeah, so actually we're moving into a new thing where instead of the managers not controlling the players, the managers will actually control the players and you'll have to do the hits and stuff. We're gonna call it PvP.
Now back. The catcher, number 45.
Yeah, this game is going along pretty nicely here.
Yeah, it's going by quick.
Marge,
Honestly,
managers will still very much have the role, but the thing is that we want to increase the community, and so part of that is we got to give something for the non-managers to do. It won't be anything game-breaking.
My best guess is Twitch boosts.
As he gets swung up there. Led to the top of the 6th. Ferrari slows buns due up.
Now batting, the
It won't change. So what it's going, it's not changing the power levels of drafted players. Like it's not like, oh, season 8's gonna be a reduced draft. Sucks if you had season 8 picks. It's not gonna be like that. No, you will not have to use your minors points on them. It's entirely new. It's entirely new. As she gets swung up there.
The first baseman, number 14.
Basically, this is the last I'll say of it. It's entirely new. It would not be replacing anything existent. So minors camps, majors camps, all of that is still manager controlled. But what it will do is it'll give non-managers and managers, if you have creative players, a chance to have an impact on how players develop in terms of being able to just you'll have an impact on it, but it won't take things out of the manager's hands. It's completely new. Completely new.
Certainly interesting.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 47.
Man, I can only speculate. I know nothing. Solo base.
Walk issued, so runners on first and second for Dale Blanco Jr. That'll do it for Minshew. In comes Tammy John. Best case scenario here for the Vikings getting in Tammy John. Unfortunately, she's going to have to go at least 3.1 innings again before that shows up. Smith to throw to first in time. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th, still all knotted up at 1 apiece.
Now batting.
And then hits are just at a premium in this one.
Fielder, number 37.
Greatest achievement in this league, what is it? Winning the Super Series by far. As that one drops down, that'll be extra bases for the Vikings. Ooh, thought about third, stays at second.
Now batting.
Super Series is what our World Series is. We have had, this is our 8th season, and through 7 seasons, I've had a new Super Series champion every single year. That one gets through, runner will stay at third, and this is developing into a dangerous situation right now.
Yeah, this is getting really scary, if you're the Retrievers at least. High pressure, maxed out. Narwhal's still locked in here.
Well, that will be 2-1 for the Vikings as the runner will tag and head home. That'll bring up Amir Williams, which was he batting this season?
Let me go ahead and take a peek.
This is what you're supposed to do, buddy. You gotta have it up. You gotta be like,
I got like 8 tabs open.
oh, this batter? This is what they're batting. That one's gonna chop down, and it's going to be
He's back at 077.
3 and, well, he's 077, but he has an RBI double as the Vikings are now up 3-1.
So he came into this game 1 for 13. No RBIs.
Now here is Gage Deputy with a runner on second. Vikings starting to add here. Oh wait, Josh,
Gage Deputy batting a lot better here. 421 average.
We do have it, as well as that's going to be thrown to first in time. That one, we've got the motor down.
Second baseman, number 9.
No team has gone undefeated. William, I'm gonna give you a link here. Wait, if Tammy John's in the game, where's Jimmy John's? We might have to make a caveat on the no similar last names. That's the league sheet.
Name suggestions.
That's the, did I get rid of Discord? No, I didn't get rid of Discord. So if you join the Discord, there's a bunch of lore and stuff in there, but if you go to league sheets, you can see the different sheets that we had of the league, as well as the different standings in the archive of season 7, season 6, season 5. Best record ever in a regular season was I believe both the Skulls and the Lumberjacks went 12-2. Skulls went 12-2 back in season 5. And the Jacks went 12-2 last season in season 7.
Number 47.
It is bumping in the Twitch so far. 13 viewers. So stoked for everyone to tune in here. Well, Marge, they haven't won the game. As he gets rung up there.
Now batting, the catcher.
Brings up
Number
Honey Bear
37.
and running. Single most important tab you could have open right now. It's that batting pivot to tell me what Honey Bear is batting this season.
Honey Bear is batting.
Into
270.
left as that's tracking
That's
back at
going.
the track. Caught by Amir Williams at the track.
Oh, on the wall.
So you got to anticipate for me. Like I need to know Angelina's short stacks right now.
Need to know Angelina short stacks. Angelina short stacks is
Evangeline
not
short
even
stacks.
on this thing.
Evangeline short stacks is 100% on the batting pivot.
Oh, I thought you said Angelina, not Evangelina.
Well, now
There
I
we go.
don't want to
Yeah,
know because
okay.
she's already done with a right bat to slowest. I don't need to show Jocinda Smith now.
Number 2.
I'm slow with looking through these sheets. I'm sorry. 316.
Just keep the major stats open. Just got
I
batting.
do. I have to look. I have to find it with my eyeballs. It's hard.
Well, I don't care anymore because she just popped up and that's going to be caught by Trace McSorley. All right, so now I want to know Katsuya Miyuki.
Number 45.
There we go. Batting 348.
There we go. He's always been
348, 5
someone.
RBIs, 2 home runs.
He's always been someone to bat over his
Yeah,
ratings.
Miyuki's also a really easy last name.
Dickerson, that's going to be a
Oh,
1-2-3.
maybe
Oh,
Miyuki's-
dang it. This game has been going by so fast, I missed the call out. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the SSBL on Twitch. I'm Isaac on the call, joined by Running. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch to get access to all of the new emotes that we put in tonight, especially for the game of the night. We've got Bomber Serpents, most historical rivalry in the SSBL. Get access to all of these emotes just by following. Make sure that if you want to boost players for upcoming drafts and show your support for the SSBL, send us a Prime sub. Join us on social media, especially on Discord. Find out all of the latest stats, standings, everything SSBL.
The shortstop.
And finally,
Number
thank you
55.
for watching. Strikeout there. Tammy John locked in. This one popped up into center, and that one could be easily maintained there by Judd French.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Whitney's Achilles heel is Eddie Spelling. Into left, Amir Williams does well to block that down. The Retrievers down to 4 outs here running to get 2 runs.
Left fielder, number
Yeah, it's looking
25.
like it's getting pretty bleak here for the Retrievers, but they have a runner on. They've got Barry Bonds, who homered earlier. Or, well, not homered, but hit it. Oh, yeah, he did homer. I say home run, and then I look and see Shaka, and then I'm like, wait a minute. It's batting 429 coming into this one. 4
That one
RBIs.
drops down, throw, and the runners will be at first and third now, so now we're 1 swing away.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
One swing
number
here, and
47.
Robin Nunez might be able to do it. He's got the power.
Runner takes off. Well, Buns had to leg it. How do you put a player in before the draft? We will open submissions for the Season 9 draft probably in about the next month or so, as they're not going to get anything from this. So Retrievers are going to have to come back in the top of the 9th. The season is going to end in June. playoffs, Super Series, all of that will be in June. So most likely the draft, I'd probably say would be July, because we're going to have a pretty quick turnaround here between Season 8 and Season 9. We had a pretty long layover in between Season 7 and Season 8, which I think that might be the model going forward. I think we might take a break during the holidays, and then the turnover in between those seasons isn't too bad. It'll not only will it be on that Google Drive, but if you join the Discord, you'll be notified there. If you are following us here on Twitch, as we get through the streams and get closer, because obviously you're going to be wanting to watch during the Super Series and everything like that, it'll be posted in here, so there'll be plenty of ways to access it.
And I believe there are a couple teams being run by a league office, right? So we might be looking for new managers in the offseason as well.
We do currently have 2 league office teams. They both have managers that are learning, but there's always manager turnover, as well as we are always looking for assistant managers. I know I would love to have an assistant manager on board just to show them the ropes. The better was heading back to the dugout, but
I had a longtime friend of mine join earlier this week as my assistant manager. So
who is that?
Very happy to have that. The new he joined on Monday, I believe, Semjai.
Oh, very nice. So the Liberty have an assistant.
Has been a friend of mine for a very, very, very long time, like 12 years. So,
what can you tell me about Grogu this season, as we got runners on first and second with 2 gone?
So Grogu is got 10 innings pitched, 9 hits given up, 3 earned, walked 3. Well, it doesn't really matter anymore. The inning's over.
As he run him up there, comes in for the last 2 outs. And so now here we go. It's going to have to be comeback time for the Retrievers. If this result holds, Retrievers would drop to 6-4 and therefore would tie with the overdrafts for the Heroic Icons, and the Vikings would be 1 game back of the wild card spot.
Yeah, and their road to the playoffs becomes significantly easier if they win this game. You know, they've got the Unicorns after this, and then they've got the Liberty and Express, who you can expect them to kind of steamroll. The Gauchos, who they'll probably lose to, and, you know, basically, I think the remainder of their season is about 500 ball, 3 wins, 3 losses. So if they can manage to play 500 ball after winning this, they've got a pretty good chance of making the playoffs. But if they lose this one, it might be over.
Batter is walked. Well, I'll tell you what, they may be losing on the score sheet, but they currently have runners on first and second for nobody out. Tammy John is absolutely laboring here. This is definitely her last batter. And the ball loses. It doesn't go out of play. It does go out of play, but the runners will stay at second and third.
This is getting tight.
That one, Freishack tags, throw to first in time. Huge play from the third baseman, heads up, gets 2, and here comes Annie Walker. She got the loss against the Jacks yesterday, but very much was solid at first. Now comes in with a 1-run buffer. Vikings 1 out away from upsetting, and they do it! The Vikings have upset the Retrievers. And for those of you saying that the Vikings were done, including myself, things just got a lot more interesting. Running your thoughts.
It has been a spicy season. There's been a lot of drama this season, and to say I did not see this coming is false. You know, I could see the win coming. It's a lot of drama, and I think for the Retrievers, this isn't as bad a loss, but for the Vikings, this is a huge win.
Oh my gosh, Moobot! I bet that didn't happen in the Sims.
Oh my, where did that one get added?
Retrievers just spent half the season getting to 11th in power rankings. Where are they gonna drop now?
Oh man.
Man. Will the league transfer to Super Mega Baseball 4 when it comes out? We'll see. They're going to have to implement some tools for us if we do, and they're going to have to release it or do that. Whitney saying, I thought going out of play was an extra base. I think in real life that would have been the case, but in game with the logic, they weren't on the base yet, but so that's why they didn't move all the way. That potentially could have very much changed things, though. Man. Annie Walker gets the save. Tammy John gets the win. Player of the game is Barry Buns, followed by Gardner Minshew and Zelda Narwhal. Well, that's going to do it for game one. A spicy, great game here to start off week 8, day 3. Don't go anywhere, though. We come back. We've got the Walkers at the Gauchos. You're watching the SSBL right here on Twitch. Welcome back. We have now got our second game of the evening. Walkers at Gauchos. Poof Dot Disappeareth making his SSBL debut against Steve Stevens and the Gauchos. This is the Battle of Motor Yard. This is the home field for both of these two teams, as that one just laced foul. So Running now knows where his position is in terms of giving me the stats for the pitchers and the batters, as this one goes right to Banger, just in the bag for the first out. But I'll go ahead and tease Gauchos this season. 6th best batting average at 304, 9th in home runs, 24th in strikeout rate, only striking out 17% of the time. Walker's hitting wise 19th in the league, a 238 average, 12th in home runs with 9, and 16th overall in strikeouts, 24.17%. That one right side. Nice dive by Jay Watt. Throw to first in time. 2 gone. Pitching wise, the Walkers are the middle pack, 14th and 17th in ERA and WHIP respectively. 4.19 ERA, a 1.524 WHIP. The Gauchos, on the other hand, 7th in ERA at 2.851 and a WHIP under 1.950, good for second in the league. Gauchos come into this game 6-2 after dropping an upset loss to the Dragons on Monday. The Walkers coming in at 3-5. As he gets rung up there, we'll head to the bottom of the first. Get our first look at the Gauchos batting and the debut of Poof Dot Disappeareth.
Yeah, and I believe Poof Dot Disappeareth was a free agency 1 pickup by the Walkers.
Very much so. Oh my gosh. I don't know why, but his last name on his jersey is really funny to me. That's a leadoff walk.
In the neon green, it's barely readable.
By the way, you were asking how does Shag get those angles? He just takes screenshots from the game.
Really, I never find those like really good angles. Like I've seen a few of them, but like some of the angles, it seems like it's got like a replay kind of thing. Where...
Yeah, he's taking that straight from the game, straight from the stream. The lovely day in Detroit, 9 team home runs. The overdraft guy has 8 alone. Shiru Amaya.
Oh my God, Shiro Mia, like, he's crazy this season. I don't know what manager traded for him last season, but you know, whoever he was did a really good job.
Shut up, running. You're just salty because your team that you left. Whoa, 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 whoa! That's fair. What just happened? What just happened?
He just pulled a lumberjack and just chopped that thing straight into the ground.
We're in the inception.
That bounced off of like home plate. What happened?
I am clipping that for later.
Yeah, that was weird.
All right, well, the Gauchos have a 1-0 lead.
Off of the weirdest bounce in SSBL history.
when he jarred you for that.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
Hart throw to first in time to gone. Yeah, apparently that did happen, and we'll post it in the Discord later. Oh, running. Let me update that pivot for you. Sorry.
Yeah.
And you have to have edit permissions. This is a pair of steps on the bag, so it's just going to be 1-0 for the Gauchos. I gave you all this crap about being on top of it, and then you literally can do nothing.
Like, I'm still looking at last game's stats, oh no.
All right, Gauchos, Walkers. All right, that's set for the pitching pivot. And you're set up in the battle now. Swing and a miss! He gets hung up there. Crew Hart sits down. We'll see if he moves. A reminder to all managers. The trade deadline is this Saturday into Sunday at midnight. Last time to do a trade before the end of the season. First in time, they should add a lot into Super Mega Baseball. They need to have a way to trade players in the game. They need to make it so that you can set like custom seasons with custom matchups, as well as be able to make trades within the season for those. These are all just to benefit us.
Yeah,
as he gets one up there. Kawashi, how did the Gauchos score? Because it was a ball that hit, like, I guess, like, home plate and then bounced up, like, 50 feet into the air, into the outfield, turned into a double.
That had to be some kind of, like, physics glitch in the game or something. That was the biggest bounce ever. They made the ball out of rubber for that one. For both teams, number one's on the mound. So Gauchos got Steve Stevens on the mound. Stevens coming into the day, 10.3 innings pitched, 11 hits given up, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 13 strikeouts, and only 1 home run. With out of all the pitchers in these games, aside from Poof Disappeareth, who has not pitched, and Poodle Starfire, also with the Gauchos. Basically second best ERA.
Shut up, running! That ball is jacked to the track, to the wall! It's out of here! 387! And that will make it 2-0 for the Gauchos. The rebirth, was it you who I started that shut up one with? That may have been another person.
I don't think that was me.
There was one where I just every time was just like, shut up! That ball is jacked. So just know I don't actually want you to shut up.
If something happens and I'm just randomly
shut up,
going on
Brody!
Reddit.
Is that ball is jacked? Back to the track, to the wall.
Mark, I'm gonna keep talking. As long as I keep talking, you're gonna keep hitting home runs, Mark. I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna start reading the stats sheet again. So,
Oh my god.
so
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Coming into the debut with 68 velocity, 51 jump, 31 accuracy. I think the accuracy is really throwing people off with this one. He's really just kind of tossing it up the middle and hoping and praying it's in the zone.
Yeah, it was Whitney. It was the... Shut up, Whitney!
They should have more ballparks.
Oh, injury! Injury!
Uh-oh.
A tweaked groin for Neon Dion.
Ooh, how bad is that one?
That is going to be if he is pulled. As that one is hit well, tracking back at the track, caught by Morgoon. If he's not pulled, it's 1 week. If he's pulled, it's 2 weeks. Whitney, can you update that in the Discord and send the ping to Marge? It looks like he's staying in.
Yeah, he is staying in.
They'll still need a call. Well, do the Gauchos play again?
Aww.
You cannot? Okay. Oh, gotcha. That one popped up. Who was it? Was it Dion?
Yeah.
The center fielder, number 78.
I definitely didn't spell his name right there. So that's going to be a walk to Morgoon. We'll need to keep track of that to see if Dion does get
Number 58.
That might be a big one. The Gauchos play the High Rollers next week.
If he's gone for just 1 week, he will miss that High Rollers game. If he's gone for 2, he misses the Lumberjacks game.
Yeah, which is significantly bigger for playoff seeding.
Swing and a miss! He gets swung up there. That's 2 gone. Now here's Milo Dakota.
As we currently stand, the Gauchos are the number 2 seed in the Heroic. The Lumberjacks, with that number 1 seed sitting at 8-2. Gauchos at 6-2. The Gauchos win here will put them either tied or on top.
A Gauchos win here will put them a half game back.
Yeah, half game back, yeah.
As he gets hung up there.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 10.
How are the Vikings 1 game back? That's 0. Oh. This needs. Right to Dakota. In time.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 0.
Yeah, that last game puts the Vikings only 1 game back on the wrong fielders, and the wrong fielders don't have an easy game next week playing against the Wildcats.
So we will head to the top of the 4th. It's a 3-0 Gauchos lead right now, but certainly for the Gauchos, who would even come up, Marge, for who's going to come up for the injury, but then who's going to start?
And what is the what was Neon Dion's position? I don't even know.
Off the top of my head, he's an outfield. Stevens to the first
sheet on the Vikings.
Oh no.
Center field.
Right fielder,
Yeah.
number 13.
Kiffy would start. Don't know who would come in, or who would come up rather. What's up, Kwashi?
The real question is if it's just a 1 week pull-up just to put them on the bench.
Yeah, right now the Gauchos are hoping that Dion is able to stay in, at least make it so that he only misses that High Rollers game. As he gets hung up there.
Now batting,
if you're looking at the Gauchos outfielders in the minor leagues right now, if you're looking solely for a center fielder, which if it's a bench player, you can just have an outfielder. But I'd say Boomer Starglow and Jerome Redmond are their only real center field options. And both of those are season one and a season.
Running as that ball is jagged deep to the track to the wall.
Every time I talk, there's home runs.
It's out of here. That's a long shot. 400 feet, and Hart has the Walkers their first run.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 34.
I mean it in good jest. I mean it in good jest.
It catches me by surprise every single time. In the Gauchos minors, you've got Boomer Starglow, who is probably the best option, sitting at 52. He's a season 7 player, 52 power, 90 contact, 77 speed. The fielding's not great. And then your other center field option in the minors is Jerome Redmond, who's a season 2 player, 69 power, nice. 19 contact, 61 speed, and also not great fielding.
He gets hung up there. Yeah, building on ballparks would be pretty cool.
Custom ballparks, that would be interesting.
And to Whitney's point, Kawashi, we've got runners, we've got batters with 30 speed that have stealer trait. There's nothing that is apart from the norm in the SSBL.
Oh, yeah, I thought we have a player in the SSBL that's got like less than 10 speed that has stealer.
Oh yeah.
I think they were in the last draft actually.
Here is Dolinar Colin.
Now I want to look through my draft keep. I still have it.
Brick House. Yeah, that's who it is. Look up the ROM fielders running. And look up Brick House.
Brick House is actually my created player.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I created Brick House.
Number 5.
Walk issued there. Runner on first, one gone. About to be poof dot disappear, the 69th pitch.
It's Brick House, 21 speed with stealer. Wheels on the base path, man.
That ball is jacked, heading deep, back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here, absolutely smoked. 429, and I believe that is Steele's second home run of the night.
The shortstop, number 9.
Had their own pyrotechnics, fireworks in the outfield. That one laced up the middle. And we might be seeing the end of Poof Dot Disappear pretty soon here. Here is Neon Dion, and he is gonna get pulled. All right, so
that turns it into 2 weeks, right?
it is gonna be 2 weeks. Runner takes off. We'll have to come back.
Disappear if it's off the mound too.
In his stead, I believe that is Tumblo. It is. What can you tell me about Tumblo this season?
An 8.3 innings pitch, giving up 10 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks. She's got 5 strikeouts with a 3.24 ERA.
That one right to Shernley. So we'll head to the top of the 5th. So it was Gauchos.
The first baseman.
It was Neon Dion. Feet, groin. Interesting how he went through the lineup.
I guess maybe it didn't really affect his defensive stats all that bad.
He gets swung up there.
Now batting, the
Returns
center
to
fielder,
week
number
10, day 4. Which the Gauchos do have a game that day, so he will be back in time for that.
And Neon Dion has 99 arms, so maybe they just wanted to keep him in just in case on defense.
Now batting the catcher.
Because that other center field option, significantly worse in fielding. Who did they bring in for him?
They brought in Gren Kiffey, who Marge said would start for him.
Gren Kiffey, 17 fielding, so not great, but 99 arm. Man can throw the ball.
He gets swung up there, led to the bottom of the 5th. Both teams has the same number of runs as hits.
That's interesting. That's interesting to look at.
Number 26.
Yeah, huge win for the Vikings, Shag. Huge win.
Vikings won because we were talking smack all day.
Oh, I'll tell you what they need in Super Mega Baseball 4. Put the freaking extra base hits into the end of game stat sheet.
Yeah, if they do the seasons mode where you can do custom seasons, custom schedule, it'd be great because they just compile all the stats for you.
Or a way to export game stats. Exporting game stats would be the single best thing ever implemented, especially for this league.
Exporting game stats, I think saving in-game replays would be really nice.
Well, you know, here's the thing, Mark, all right? Let's put on our little hats here. Both the Vikings and the Wrong Fielders have 6 games left. For the Vikings, as that one's right to Dakota in time, we'll head to the top of the 6th. Vikings have Unicorns, they're probably losing that. Liberty, they'll win. Express, they'll win. Gauchos, they'll probably lose that. Knights, I would say they would probably win against Knights after they already walked it off. Which then puts them to, if they can beat the overdrafts, they would finish the season at 9-7. Wrong Fielders, Wildcats, that's not a given. Walkers, that's a win. 2 games against the Gauchos, I don't think it's unfair to say that they would lose both of those games. Moonshots, they'll get a win over the Moonshots. Overdrafts, again, I think they would probably lose to the Overdrafts. In which case, if they win that game against the Wildcats, they would be at 9-7, tied with the Vikings. All of a sudden, we have a play-in game. And if they lose that game against the Wildcats, all of a sudden, the Wrong Fielders are 8-8, and they miss out.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting playoff race here for that last spot in the Heroic Wildcard. Because I think you've got three teams that are within a game.
I think after going through those scenarios in my head, I actually don't think it's completely unfair to say that the Vikings could make it, given the remaining schedules for those 2 teams. That double deep for the Rompers against the Gauchos is rough. That ball is jacked, heading deep, back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. 4th home run of the day for the Gauchos. Athena Hex adds herself to the tally sheet. Oh, I guarantee there's going to be a play-in, at least one play-in game.
I think, I kind of agree with you. I say the Vikings are probably playing 500 ball. I think they lose to the Unicorns, Gauchos, Overdrafts. I think they win against the Liberty Express and Knights. I think, them sitting at 8-8 there at the end of the season. I think the Wrong Fielders are kind of the team that holds the fate of the Vikings, ironically. I think if the Wrong Fielders win against the Wildcats, you might be able to call it. But if the Wrong Fielders lose, if they lose to the Wildcats, they've got 2 against the Gauchos, 1 against the Overdrafts, 1 against the Moonshots, and 1 against the Walkers. I think you could see 2 8-8 teams fighting for that final spot in the last week. And the Wrong Fielders Overdrafts game could determine who makes that last playoff spot, or if there's a play-in game.
It's funny, William discovered the Heroic transfer to the Heroic, but as that still is in existence, I mean, we might end up with the same record teams in the Epic and Heroic moving on. So although and I feel like that always is the way it looks, where it always looks like the Epic is a lot tougher than the Heroic. But, you know, the Heroic might actually come down to it being tough to get in as well. I think both, as I was talking with Josh today. I was talking with Josh today, and he was saying that, you know, this is like the most competitive this league has ever been. That one's to the left side. The bases are gonna be loaded now with one out.
And I think it's tough for different reasons. I think in the Epic, it's really tough because your top teams in the Epic are so dominant that, you know, it just for a lot of it, it feels like they just cannot be beaten. You know, and at the same time, you know, when you've got teams of that high caliber playing each other seemingly constantly, like every week there's a huge game in the Epic, you know, pretty much.
Dakota, throw home, throw to first! They turn the Dragon special!
What a play.
Now batting, the shortstop.
Wow.
Number 2.
That was huge! I mean, they're still gonna lose. But that was a huge heads-up play.
Got the Yogiism there. It's not over till it's over.
No, the Stingers already beat the Unicorns.
Number 34.
The Stingers literally gave the Unicorns their only loss this season. That's the thing. You set up your teams to be the best they can. At the end of the day, it's RNG. No,
Yeah.
Trust me, William. I did not just jink the Gauchos. There's no way the Gauchos lose this game.
But if at the end of the day it was RNG, the Moonshots would have a win by now. That's all I gotta say.
There's RNG and then there's hopeless causes.
I think Pandora went to find as many zeros as he could find in the league and get them all on the same team.
If you guys
Like I think he's got like 4 players that have a 0 in a stat.
If you guys aren't watching Jacked, I don't know what you're doing. Make sure you head over to the YouTube to watch Jacked. But Josh and I talked about it is going to be hard to match what Pandora has done with the Moonshots in turning such a dominant team into such a patsy in one season. But as we just move past the 7th inning stretch, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the SSBL on Twitch. I am Fisek on the call, joined by Running for tonight's slew of games. Make sure that you're following the official SSBL Twitch. That way you can get access to all of the emotes that we have here for the game of the night coming up after this, presented by Turtle Beach. Just give us a follow and you get access to the Bombers, Serpents, Hamish Rifleman, and Big McLarge Huge to use tonight. If you want access to even more, including the Mojo Down and the Panic emotes, you're going to have to send us a Prime subscription. That way you can get access to those emotes. And then join us in the Discord and all our social media, especially Discord. We got a great community. We've had a lot of good discussion today in the Discord. It's the best place to hear about everything happening in the league, as well as everyone tune in tonight as I'm going to release the power rankings vote. So make sure you have that dialed into your Discord servers. Listen, Josh said you were in panic mode. I said there was a sense of urgency. As he gets rung up there, we'll head to the top of the 8th, still a 6-1 game. I know, March. I'm telling you, it gets crazy at times.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
As a reminder for everyone here, do not go anywhere after this game, as we've got the SSBL Game of the Night presented by Turtle Beach. Enter for your chance to win a Turtle Beach headset. As he rings him up there, move on.
Number 78.
Move on. Hey, you want to do that? You
It's just a little bit
I did
simple.
giveaway. It said giveaway. That's like, why isn't move on working right now? That one right to Jay Watt, throw to first in time, 2 gone.
Now batting, the catcher, number 58.
And here is the former Gaucho himself, Bob Elf. By the way, we didn't get to mention it, but Jebediah Octagon has came in about 2 innings ago for Steve Stevens. This one is into left.
Yeah, and Octagon has yet to give up a run this season. Although he's only pitched, I guess now 4 innings. So
Him and Adrian Walker have not given up any runs this season. Now, Octagon may have given up a run to the Dragons, as I think. So I think
if he did, it was unearned.
Well, no, like that stat sheet was not updated. That stat sheet is not updated this week. That stat sheet is updated as of end of week 7.
Okay.
So he may have given up some runs. That is a swing and a miss there. One gone.
The right fielder.
Dalinar Colon.
Number 40.
I think at this point the Gauchos are just trying to get out to save us some time.
Get us into that game 3 as possible. Ryan T. Hill! What a phenomenal play at third.
Number 5.
Brings up Ernie Steele, 2 home runs today for him. And he'll be 2 of 4. So we will head to the top. That's literally, isn't that literally like someone posted like, would you rather have game A, game B? I think he literally may have game A.
Yeah, I mean, from a manager's perspective, right? I mean, both games are great. I mean, one game, you see that, you say 4 for 4. You only got 1 RBI, but you scored 3 times. That means the rest of your team's also hitting pretty well.
The third baseman.
Then on the other side, 2 for 4, 2 strikeouts with a home run and 4 RBIs. You're still getting the same production.
Well, with this win, the Gauchos will move to 7-2, half game back of the Lumberjacks as the number 1 seed and a half game ahead of the Dragons. As he gets hung up there, Walker's down to the last out. Walkers will move to 3-6, and that will pretty much do it for them. They're not mathematically out, but it's a long road ahead of them if they wanted to. Of course, they're not trying to make postseason. Hence why Poof.Disappear started. As he gets hung up there, and that will do it here for our second game. Gauchos easily take the win. Running your thoughts for this game.
Never in doubt.
That's it. They hold to
Never
just
in doubt.
1 hit the entire game. 3 base runners total. Of course, losing Dion for both the High Rollers and the Lumberjacks games, though. Doesn't have last week's stats either. Okay, thanks, Whit. And the 1 hit was a home run. Boof.Disappeareth gets the loss. Steve Stevens, 1 earned run. And then look at Jebediah Octagon, just doing what he's been doing all season here. 5 strikeouts to 3.2. He will get the save. Player of the game is Ernie Steele, followed by Sopapia Billups and Jebediah Octagon. Well, get your hears into chat. We are approaching now the SSBL Game of the Night presented by Turtle Beach. Enter for your chance to win Turtle Beach headsets. It's the Serpents at the Bombers, a rivalry forged in fate and fire. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Put in chat. Who do you think is going to win? Bombers? Do you think it's going to be Serpents? I may have said Singers earlier. It's Bombers Serpents. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL right here on Twitch.
Yeah, they just wanna see me in the grave. Come out the law in the rave. Oh no, I can't wait. Cause you know I can't play. We gon' win it no matter what the shirt. Got the stick, we gon' bring it out the shirt. I was down below the commas. I put dollars on my head like I don't wanna. Yeah, I'm proud of what I did. I'm on.
Hey, what are you doing?
Practicing. I'm shooting a commercial for Turtle Beach.
Yeah, but we're gonna hop on right now.
I bet.
Whitney, check Discord.
Can't understand how we got here. I just wanna disappear. Tell me how we could be right here. I swear it came out of nowhere. Sometimes I wanna run away for the thrill of the chase. But it's hard when you mean so much. Oh, you mean so much. Why do you mean this much? I want it, hard to believe. I want it, hard to believe. I close my eyes, the moment I capture, I feel alive.
There's the game. Welcome everybody to the SSBL Game of the Night presented by Turtle Beach. It's a rivalry forged in fate. I'm going to give a little bit of a story here. I already mentioned it in the Discord, but first what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the pivots. That way Running has access to them. But this is a huge game for both of these teams here. As that ball is jacked, heading deep, back to the track, to the wall! It's out of here, and right away, the Serpents are on the board!
Now
What a start.
The shortstop, number 69.
All right, those are updated for you as she gets hung up there.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 13.
Yeah, that was Yeti Olsen, least favorite player, immediately goes wrong. Guys, the joke about Tesla is that who's buying Twitter? Elon Musk. Who does Elon Musk own? It was Josh's joke. As he gets swung up there.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
All right, so this is the prelude here. All right.
That's outside.
Running, I'm streaming it to you, so you need to like exit out and go back in. 3 strikeouts for CDC back to back to back.
Now batting.
Play ball.
The center
Here.
fielder.
For some reason, it showed you pull up the screen, and then it pulled up
Ball
like the
outside.
video feed instead of the game. It was weird.
No, inside.
So
Anyway.
these two teams. Here's a little journey here. Man, there was a lot of talking in SSBL chat here.
Now batting.
Oh my gosh. Here it is. All right. Overall,
60.
these two teams are 11 and 10 against each other, with the advantage going to the Bombers. The Bombers have won 7 of the last 10 between these two sides.
Now batting. The
Between them, they have 2 Super Series appearances
number
each.
89.
They each have 1 Super Series overall. The only times they have made it to the Super Series is through each other. This is, and when one team hasn't made the postseason, which was the case in season 5, in the case of season 7, the other team did not do well in the postseason. These two are inextricably linked, and as well as it's the Dean versus Whitney as well. So there are certainly egos involved.
And and to add to the amazing fun facts for both starters here, for CDC, both of her starts this season so far have resulted in 1-run losses for the Bombers, losing to the High Rollers 3-4 and losing to the Stingers 4-5. Inversely, both of Naofumi's starts have resulted in wins for the Serpents, beating the Angels 13-2 and beating the Overdrafts 6-4.
Nice grab there by Ferris Irons.
Number 77.
Which is to say, the more fun facts here. Bombers have lost every home game they've had so far this season,
Wow.
losing to the High Rollers 0-3 and losing to the Stingers 4-5. Now, at the same time, the Serpents' only losses this season have come on the road, losing to the Unicorns 1-9 and losing to the Stingers 8-14. So this game is just up in the air.
In a huge game as well, because as that one gets through the middle and Morrison's aboard with a 2-out single, if the Bombers win this game, they move to 5-4. The Serpents move to 6-3, which then would make the next game they play each other. Basically, if the Bombers sweep this series against the Serpents, we go from the Bombers on the outside looking into potentially being in control of the Epic Nova, or the Epic Phenoms, which is crazy to think. When we're talking about between the Wildcats, High Rollers, Serpents, Bombers, one of them missing out, this is what we mean. The ball players, they're gonna be in. The Stingers, they're gonna be in. The Unicorns, they're gonna be in. This has huge ramifications, and although the Serpents are at 6-2, it's on a knife's edge as Pujols with a snag. Some great snags in the infield so far.
Now batting. The first base.
A reminder to spam those emotes that we've got in here tonight. Huge shout out to Josh for putting them in.
Need to say that this is also the first time this season that these teams have played each other. So they've got to play each other again. And both of them only have a 1-game break in between.
Right to carry ours to second out. Looks like we got a heavy Serpents crowd tonight, which is bananas to me. Because I remember when I joined the league in season 4, all I heard about was the Serpents bullshit. And it is crazy now how it seems most people are actually rooting for the Serpents right now as opposed to the Bombers. Oh,
I
fuck
think-
the Serpents. Yet you're also putting the Serpents.
I think that Dean has done a very good job building this Serpents team, and I think he's built it to win for a very long time. You know, you look at what he did last year, or in the off season during the draft or before the draft, securing like half of the second round. Somehow.
Oh, Yeti Olsen, a little slip up there allows the runner to go to third. Well, I mean, yeah, nobody else is using those emotes.
Number 3.
Nope, inside.
We need more people in the chat putting in those emotes that Josh so lovingly put in.
No, high.
You only need the Serpents one. That's the only one everybody's using.
Runner takes off for second of his. We'll do it again. Bases or runners on first and third, 2 outs, and what a ballsy take from Nick Hugh.
Center fielder, number
Wow.
42.
Bases are now loaded. 2 gone for Kent Iffy Jr.
That's low.
What's up, Squared? Welcome.
Ball, that's inside.
2-2 count. That one's to the left side. 1 run will score. Bases will stay loaded. It's a 1-1 game, and now here is Graham Britton.
Number 60.
No, inside.
Square, do you want to join and make it a trio cast? Swing and a
I agree.
miss. He gets rung up there. So the Bombers load the bases. They get 1, but can't get more.
Now batting.
That's the top of the
center
third,
fielder,
and the home run
number
hitter,
7.
Yeti Olsen. Swing and a miss. He gets rung up there.
The shortstop, number 69.
Brings up Kerry Hartz.
Ball, inside.
Swing and a miss. She rings her up there.
The designated hitter,
Running, what can you tell me
number
about
13.
these teams? ERA, whip, average, all of that
That's
wise.
inside.
That's in the
That's high.
That's in
Yeah,
the
you
team batting, team
you look at the teams hitting wise in terms of pure hitting, not power numbers. In terms of pure hitting, both teams are fairly even. The Bombers coming into this game hitting 310. Serpents coming into this game hitting 303. So a very, very close matchup in terms of hits. And then you look at the RBI numbers. Bombers 49 RBIs, Serpents 40. You know, you look at the strikeout numbers, 48 strikeouts, the hitters on the Bombers side, and 53 on the Serpents side. So, you know, in terms of contact hitting, these teams are
Now batting,
so close.
the left fielder,
They are so close
number
together.
15.
And, you know, on the other side, power numbers, the Bombers have almost double the home runs of the Serpents. The Bombers hitting 13 home runs so far this season, and the Serpents only hitting 7, well, now 8, with the inclusion of that home run in the first.
well, there are runners on first and second here. 1-2 count for Apple. Hits it right to Britton. And now both teams have gotten out of dangerous situations. Leading things off, it's the one, the only Hamish Rifleman.
The right fielder,
Get the rifles in
number
chat.
89.
No, high. That's up.
CDC can just never help herself, according to Whitney. That ball lined over. Morrison at second. Rifleman is aboard with a single.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
Here is Al
50.
Bart Pujols. He had a great snag at third. They are checking on Rifleman at first.
If we want to look at the pitching side here, the pitching matchup is fairly is in the favor of the Bombers. The Bombers with a team ERA ranked 3rd in the league. The Serpents coming in with the ranked 16 ERA in the league. And, you know, to have both number ones on the mound for these teams means a heck of a lot. I mean, if the Serpents were coming in with any other pitcher, it will be way more difficult for them to get things done.
Hearts Morrison cannot get Luther at first. Well, now Fumi was able to get that comebacker. That could have been a Dragon special. Instead, it's runners on the corners for Dan Armstrong Hula. 1 gone. Chance here for the Bombers to take the lead. A reminder, they lead the all-time series against the Serpents 11-10. And that one is going to drop down fair, just as thin as you can get it. And it's 2-1 Bombers.
Now back, the shortstop.
There was no margin for error there on that hit. No, Whitney. Whitney, not clutch. That one drops down. Another run will score. 3-1 Bombers. It's clutch.
The designated hitter, number 26.
And, you know, back to what you were talking about running, these are two teams that want to beat each other.
Oh, big time. You know, it's almost dead even in the series. The Bombers with 11 wins against the Serpents. The Serpents, you know, close behind, 10 wins against the Bombers overall. And, you know, to even it up for the Serpents will mean a lot. To extend that lead in the rivalry series will mean a heck of a lot for the Bombers. But for right now, I think what really matters for the Serpents is getting out of this inning.
Now, Fumi is tense. The bases are loaded with 1 gone. 2-2 count to Nick Hugh Jr. Full count. Fouled off. One swing could change this game. Fouled off again. That ball is jacked! Heading deep to the track, to the wall! It's out of here! Nick Hugh Jr. grand slam! And it's 7-1 Bombers!
The center fielder, now pitching, number 14.
Now Fumi is rattled. Pamela Green comes in.
Ball.
And boy, is this game different now.
And that is not what you want to see in the third.
Baseman, number 60.
His first home run of his majors career, and it's a grand slam.
He's out.
Right to Walker for the second out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number
Here comes Rifleman. Up the middle, and the Serpents just cannot get out of this inning right now.
Now batting,
This is just going from bad to worse.
number 55.
That ball is jacked. That one's heading back. That one's at the track at the wall. It's out of here, and we are in the double digits. 10-1 Bombers. I think they're ready to resume their playoff hunt.
Number 20.
Moobot still says it's an unsafe lead. And they finally get out of the inning. The Bombers are out hitting the Serpents 12-3.
Third baseman, number 77.
Ball outside.
Well, that, you know, now that this has happened, it gives us some time to kind of talk about where things are at. This is quickly turning to a blowout.
Yeah, this I don't think anybody expected that.
Listen, I for one definitely think that the Bombers were playing well below where their stats were, as she rings them up there. So I definitely thought that I thought they were going to win coming into this game, but I did not expect now Fumi to deconstruct or to self-destruct like that.
Yeah, you know, Naofumi coming into this game had not given up a home run, and had only given up 3 earned, and I think she just about quadrupled that in this game.
I don't think this is in SP and relief territory because the Serpents have some pretty decent relievers as he gets swung up there. Head to the bottom of the 4th. Damn Armstrong, Hula, Ferris, Iron State, I'll crush it. Do up. The issue with like the moonshots is that they just have no good ones. Yeah. By the way, Robot, the clunge didn't work for you because if you do them too soon after each other, MoveBot won't record it. Yeah, Shag. The Bombers have entered the building.
That's inside.
Hearts throw to first in time. Greatest time is ever to plug to make sure that if you are watching and have not put in here in all caps to enter for your chance to win a headset, make sure you do that.
Ball, that's outside. No, that's high.
Shag, I would not necessarily say it's that uphill of a battle. I mean, the Bombers can easily make playoffs in terms of it's in their own hands. That one gets down, runner will head to second.
Yeah, I think if you look at the remainder of the Bombers' schedule, it's not that bad.
That's low.
You know, you say they've got the Serpents twice, they've got the Lumberjacks, they've got the Cyclones, the Angels, the Unicorns, the Sparrows, and the Wildcats. I think out of those, what, 1, 2...
It's certainly not a cake schedule. Like, let's be clear. That's
it's not a cakewalk. Yeah,
But
I mean, the Angels, I think the Cyclones, Angels, Sparrows, Wildcats are all winnable. I'd say the next Serpents game is, you know, that's a 50-50 shot. The Lumberjacks is probably a 50-50, and the Unicorns, I don't think they win that.
Well, the Bombers are, on paper, one of the best teams.
Yeah, they have the stats.
As that ball is hit, well, that's tracking back, but that will die at the track if he junior report.
The shortstop, number
Harry
69.
Hartz. They've had some injury troubles as well. Demons is finally back into the majors. This is his first game back from injury. He's on the bench for the Bombers. I know it's a fine line, but still, as that one's going to get into the cap, and Hearts will have herself at least a double. That could be a triple. No thought about it. Stayed at second.
So think for the Bombers, you can't really write this one off yet.
Number 13.
That's low. Ball outside. Ball inside.
Jag, listen, I would take that bet with you. I really think the Bombers are not going to be the ones on the outside looking in.
The first baseman.
That is just my genuine belief. Based off where the other, not saying that the Wildcats aren't good, not saying that the Serpents aren't good, not saying that the Howlers aren't good. I really just think that the Bombers are good depth-wise, and they've not played up to their stats.
Yeah, I can agree with that. They haven't played up to what they are on paper. They underperformed this season.
That one's up the middle, and the game is indeed not over as the runner's going to come home. Now 10-2.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 15. Now pitching.
And that'll do it for CDC. Smitty, Werben, Jaegerman, Jensen comes
Love
in.
that his name goes off the card.
Yeah, I mean, look at his.
It's just a line on the back of his jersey.
Yeah. What can you tell me about Werben, Jaegerman, Jensen this season?
He was number 1. About Werben, Jagerman, Jensen is oh, there it is. Okay, his name doesn't even fit on the name sheet here. So 10.6 innings pitched, or sorry, 10.2 innings
Number
pitched.
77.
That's right. 10 2/3 innings pitched, 7 hits given up, 2 earned, 13 strikeouts, and a 1.69 ERA, and a WHIP of under 1.
And gets
Which doesn't
out of a
happen a lot.
bases loaded situation. Alfred Walker, one of the big 4, sits down, so the Serpent's able to get 1. Now, the Bombers got 1 run in a bases loaded situation, and then the next inning they scored 9 runs. Not saying that's going to happen next inning, but let's see.
We can also say the Bombers are 2/4 of the way to the home run cycle.
As he gets hung up there.
Now batting, the second baseman.
What's the home run cycle?
Number
To hit a grand slam, 3-run shot, 2-run shot, and a solo bomb all in the same game.
Ah, interesting.
So they
Well,
already
maybe
have,
that's the
they already
hardest
have
one
the
in the
3-run.
grand
Yeah, they've got the 3-run shot and the grand slam done.
Just need a double and just need a 2-run. I mean, they can get the 2-run done right here with Rifleman.
right field.
That's very possible.
Number 40.
Shaq,
And-
I would take you on that bet, but I don't think it would look good ethically for me to take a bet. But I will do a honors, right? If you want to post it in the SSBL chat, I will pin it for posterity. That you
Oh,
think that the
trying-
Bombers aren't making it. I think that the Bombers are making it.
Baseman,
That's the bet.
number 50.
I couldn't tell you, to be honest. To put my opinion on that, I couldn't tell you. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a lot
I think
closer.
it's going to
than
be
people
close.
think.
I just don't think that the Bombers are going to be one of those 4 out.
Yeah. Well, I think it might go to a play-in game, if
Number
anything.
17.
By the way, making it to a playing game does not count as making it in. Well,
Yeah, that's not postseason.
if you remember from Jacked,
Number 24.
I would say shits and giggles shag just because I'm a part of League Office and I don't think I should be making bets about teams in it ethically. But if you guys remember in Jacked, I brought up a situation in which the High Rollers, Bombers, and Serpents
The
are
right
all
fielder,
tied.
Number 12.
And there is a play-in game between the number 2 and the number 3 teams for just making it in. And then there is a game between that winner and the number 1 over
Now batting,
who
the
wins
center
the
Wins the
division.
division.
Number 7.
Yeah, I do remember this. Yeah, I don't think it was last Jack. I think it was the
No,
one
it was
before.
like 2 Jacks ago. It might have been episode
Yeah.
6. That one popped into center.
He's up.
Caught by Kent Iffy. Runner will head towards third. Not in time.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Runners on the corners for Kerry
number
Hartz.
69.
I'm not saying that that's the way it would pan out, because in that world, whoever has the best of those 3 tiebreakers is automatically in. I feel like you know what it is. I think the 1 and 2 play each other. As she gets one up there. So I think you have multiple games. But I think this is the best way to do it. The 1 and the 2 play each other. The winner plays in a division champion decider game.
20.
The loser of that game plays the number 3. Whoever loses is out. Whoever wins then plays the team that won in that first matchup for the division. I'm like 95% sure that's the way it would work out. Because that way, not one team is guaranteed away from not elimination. I think, yeah, that's the way to do it. So it's 1 versus 2. Loser faces 3 for...
Oh, that one gets away for the catcher. Runner advances to second.
For playoff contention. That one gets away again.
Nick Large-Huge having an issue behind the plate.
Winner faces G1.
Now batting, the shortstop, number.
That's the way it would be. And I'm going to put that in Josh.
No, that's low. Low. Ball, that's low.
3-1 the count. Ooh, that was a pitch. That was a pitch to hit right there.
As he
gets the
rings him
strikeout.
up there.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number.
What's the caveat?
26.
No, what really screws us over is if it's Wildcats and the 3 of them all tied.
Ball outside.
That one's up the middle. Runner is going to go home. The throw from Yeti Olsen not in time. Bombers make it 11.
The left fielder, number 3.
Come on, Whitney. What's your caveat? That one, oh, a tied there from Pete Za. Not the greatest. That's going to load the bases now with 1 gone for Kent Iffy Jr.
Number 42.
And the good thing about that dive, it did stop that runner for a second from heading to third. It did stop them for a minute. They hesitated. A run maybe could have scored off that if they were fast enough.
Outside.
3-1. Za, Hearts, 2 Gillette in time. They turn the Dragons special. We'll head to the top of the 7th. The Zimbabwe, Pete Za, Caramel Apple due up for the Serpents.
Designated hitter, number 13.
All right, well, if this division is getting the 3 seed, then all tied teams are fighting for the same level of playoffs. So number 1 would auto be in, and 3 seed, then 2 and 3 play for the final spot. No, here's the issue though. Here's the issue, is that the 3 seed is not a normal wild card seed. The 3 seed
Division winner.
is a division winner. That's why that wouldn't apply.
Yeah, because we're talking if they're tied for the division, not tied for like, the wild card spot.
Because like think of it this way. If it was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you still have to play it in a manner so that the play-in team, no one gets a guaranteed in. That's the way it has to work if there is an at-risk spot. That one drops down, and it's going to be 11-4 now. Serpents battling back a little here, but they're still down by 7.
They're not going down without a
The
fight.
third baseman, number 70 now, pitching, number 69.
Technically, yes, but it's not a first-round bye. The extra division makes it complicated. That's the thing, though. The whole like play-in isn't about buys. The whole play-in is about getting in.
That's who's in and who's out.
Take your base.
The division,
Walk issue.
agreed. The division does make it complicated. But what it does is you remove the idea of that they're playing for the division, and instead you say these 3. First, you say these 3 need to play to see who gets in. So the way you would do that is the 1 and 2 have to play. Whoever wins that gets guaranteed safety. Then you have the normal, that loser faces the number 3. Whoever loses that gets in. We have done that in the past. Then what you would do is after you've done that, you say, okay, so now we determine who's in. Uh-oh, we now have an issue where the division winner isn't set. The winner of that first game plays the winner of that second. That's what it is. So it's just that first round is just to determine who's in. That second round determines who wins. We've done it before. I forget which season. That may have been season 5 where we had to do it like that. Ball gets through. Runner's going to come home. And it's 11-5. The Serpents running slowly. Again, game is in the Bombers' hand, but this is slowly starting to slip away here.
We've seen a lot of late inning drama in this season. And to say that to call a game over in the 3rd inning is not great.
I mean, it was 10-0. As he rings them up there, I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the SSBL on Twitch. I am Fisek on the call, joined tonight by running Week 8 Day 3 action, watching the SSBL Game of the Night presented by Turtle Beach. Put here into all caps to be entered in for your chance to win a Turtle Beach headset. Make sure that you're following the official SSBL Twitch so you can get access to free emotes, including the Game of the Night emotes as well as the SSBL emotes. Send us a Prime sub to get access to even more emotes and to support the stream. Get access to all of these and more. Finally, make sure that you join the Discord. That way you can find out everything happening in the league and follow us on social media as well.
Inside. That's down.
3-1 here is Rifleman. Full counts, runner at first, nobody outs. Stitch Overly. As he gets hung up there. What can you tell me about Stitch Overly this season, running?
Coming to this game, only 1 inning pitched, 3 earned runs on 5 hits. He's got a 27 ERA. I mean, if you're looking to score runs, or not,
As that is
he's your guy.
a Dragon special right to first. We head into the 8th. Gary Hart's to lead things off. Yeah, there was that leadoff home run to Olsen, and then KDC struck out 3 straight batters. And we ended up at 10-1 by the end of the 3rd.
Nope, that's inside.
Iron, so to first, 2 gone. Triplets down to their last 4 outs. Well, everyone in the chat, make sure that you're around the Discord tonight as I'm going to be posting the power ranking votes for Week 9.
Number 15.
We'll get to see how far up the Stingers, Dragons move, see how far the Bombers move, see how far the Serpents, Retrievers, Gauchos drop. Go to first in time. See how far the ball players drop. Head to the bottom of the 8th. Winnie always finding something to complain about, despite being up 11-5.
Number 20.
Luther down 0-2.
Ball.
Give you a break. I give you an 11-5 lead off of my Ryzen and GTX 3070. Yeah, it's a rivalry game, but you've already embarrassed them.
What a flex.
I'm only satisfied if I beat them 20-5.
Number 78.
Runner on first, nobody out. Chars himself. All right. He rings him up there.
Now batting, the
It's not. Oh. Marge with the meme of me. It's not next year win, so it doesn't count. Morrison in time, 2 gone.
now batting. Hitter.
That's a good one, Marge. A jar for the 30-70. No, that's a jar for you, good sir. I got a 30-70 because it's second hand. And GPU prices are decreasing. You think I paid gouger prices for that 30-70?
He charged you for flexing it.
That's inside.
How you know? No. Since you didn't jar yourself, it was a double jar. I'm gonna jar you twice.
Now batting.
In the meantime, I believe that was a walk.
Nick Hughes Jr. now with the bases loaded, locked in, contact versus right-handed pitching. That is some juice
And
stats.
where have we seen this situation before?
No, that's low.
Nick Hughes Jr. up to bat, bases loaded. We've seen
bases
this
aren't- bases
before
aren't
in this
loaded.
game.
Bases aren't loaded.
Ball 4.
Now the bases are loaded.
Oh, I thought you said they were.
No.
The center fielder, number
Now bases are loaded for Kenneth E. Jr. Two outs, 0-2 counts. Swing and a miss. Oh, and you can just step on the
He
plate.
just steps on the plate to force it home.
Well, here we go into the 9th inning. Serpents have 3 outs to get 6 runs.
number 77.
Bombers will move to 5 and 4. Serpents to
Unless
6
something
and 3.
crazy happens.
Put the Bombers a half game back in the epic postseason chase.
Yeah, and this will make it a whole lot easier for the Bombers. This will make their backstretch just that much easier.
As he gets swung up there.
Now batting, the second baseman. number
Morrison.
17.
That one's up the middle. Morrison is aboard.
Now batting, the
I mean, they're only down,
Large
they're only
number
down 6 runs.
now pitching.
That'll do it for Johnny Sins. In comes Lucy Freishack, my cat.
Go inside. No, inside.
That one right to iron, so to second in time, throw to first. Oh no!
Drops it.
Off of the glove of Luther, runner goes to second. Man, they just
Almost
can't.
outplayed. That almost rolled into the dugout.
Just making it interesting here. That one drops it for Nick Hugh Jr. Now runners on first and third, 2 gone.
Now batting.
Yeti Olsen, 1 for 5.
Number
Imagine
7.
hitting a leadoff home run and being tense.
That's outside.
Only Serpents things.
Nope.
Just
inside.
Serpents things. That's a certified mojo down moment.
He hits the home run. He's like, ah, crap! I just hit a home run. I didn't want to do that.
Take your base.
I mean, to be
Wakish
fair,
to
he-
Olsen. Bases now loaded for Kerry Hartz.
Number
to be fair,
69.
you hit the home run, and then the pitcher strikes out the side after that, and then the Bombers go and put up 10. Probably be a little bit tense.
That one popped into right. Rifleman underneath it. And made it interesting towards the end, but the Bombers will hold on. Off of 10 runs at the beginning of the game, they win this one. Final score is 11-5. Running your thoughts from this game.
Who would have thought this would have been a double-digit game? I thought it was going to be close.
Those are Running's only thoughts from this game.
Nothing else. It's just I thought it was gonna be a lot closer than it was.
Well, yeah, but then you gotta like talk about the stats and be like, yeah, Olsen hit that home run. Like, oh, now Fumi gets the loss. Werben Jaegerman Jensen gets the win.
The Singers continue, or sorry, not the Singers. The Serpents continue their streak. The Serpents cannot win on the road. They get their third road game of the season. They get their third road loss of the season.
Bombers have now scored 30 runs in their last 2 games. Won their first home game of the season. Serpents lose for the first time since they lost to the Stingers. Players of the game: Nick Hugh Jr., followed by Albert Pujols, and then Mickey Daydale Crusher. Well, that'll do it for our SSBL Game of the Night presented by Turtle Beach. When we come back, we've got our Blowout Game of the Night presented by Lopside Industries. It is the Sparrows versus the High Rollers. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the SSBL right here on Twitch. Welcome, everybody, to the Blowout Game of the Night presented by Lopside Industries. Well, it looks like the closest game of the day was our first game. Retrievers and Vikings pulling off that upset was the Vikings. Bombers now moving to 12-10 all-time against the Serpents. Here we've got Farmhand versus... Oh, yeah, we're good. I thought Hendricks was the pitcher. I was like, no, it's Enriquez. Farmhand versus Enriquez. That one's Amelie over to first. And running while I get the pivot set up, can you tell me about the team batting and team pitching for these two teams?
we go into the season here, we go into the game here looking at the High Rollers offense. It's going to be all about the High Rollers offense this game. What are we looking at? We're looking at a 261 batting average, 28 walks, 24 RBIs, 10 home runs. They're the number 12 ranked They're the number 12 ranked offense in the league. We've got the Sparrows. That's who they are. We got the Sparrows. The Sparrows are batting 253. It's pretty close. 16th ranked team in batting average. We're looking at six home runs and 25 RBIs. So relatively close in terms of production numbers, but I think the real tale here is the pitching. The High Rollers pitching ranked number 4. The Sparrows pitching ranked number 18. The only teams that are worse are teams that just could never make it this season if they even tried. And we're talking about playoff implications. Rollers end up winning this game. They lead in the Phenoms division now that the Serpents have lost.
They might be even on games back. I think the Serpents will still be.
If the High Rollers win, they'll move to 7-4, and the Serpents are now 6-4.
No, the Serpents are 6
So
and 3.
Oh, did you just update that?
Yeah, I already updated it.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait a minute.
I'm already on top of it, man. I'm already on top of it. I got it. Turns out I've done the injuries. I see a thing or two. Is that one is lifted in the center? I realize that their first game of the night.
Yeah, they're half a game back, even at 6-4. So if they do win this, they'll be half a game up.
Well, no. If the way half games work is that if you win a game, you close a half game. They'll be even on games back, but the Serpents will be leading 6.667 win percentage over 6.364 win percentage. That one is into right. Out for the second out. So it's like how right now the Dragons are even with the or the Dragons are a half game back on the Gauchos, but last night when the Dragons were even with the Gauchos on games back.
I misread my notes before the game. They will tie, and going on with that, I think out of the 3 teams competing for that Phenoms division, I think the High Rollers probably have the best, or I say the best, the most favorable remaining schedule. 2 games against the Sparrows, a game against the Gauchos, a game against the Serpents, a game against the Cyclones, and the Stingers. So I think they've got the most favorable last few games here.
The right fielder, number 35.
Well, High Rollers' home get-up is indeed fire. What can you tell me about Bobby Farmhand this season, as that is a Dragon special, and his mojo will go to Locked In.
Number 2.
Bobby Farmhand in 9 2/3 innings pitch has given up 12 hits, 4 runs, and has an ERA of 3.73. But he's helping himself a lot here, getting through these innings scoreless.
Head to the bottom of the second, and what can you tell me about windswept Enriquez this season?
So in 7 2/3 innings pitched, you've got 18 hits, 11 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and has given up 4 home runs with a 12.92 ERA. So it's that K-Dud is really affecting the pitching.
As he gets hung up there.
Now batting, the catcher, number 36.
Yeah, and one thing that I didn't get to mention last game that I wish I would have remembered to is that we have 7 total Super Series winners, right? The Evolution has 1 Super Series in it from the Longfielders. The Icons has no Super Series in it. The Legends has 2 Super Series in it with the Lumberjacks and the Knights. The Galaxy has no Super Series in it. The Novas has 1 with the Skulls of Rock, which leaves the Phenoms, where every single team except for this expansion Sparrows has a Super Series. Serpents in Season 3, High Rollers in Season 7, Bombers in Season 6.
You know, that's just crazy to think, and I have a feeling that the Galaxy might be getting theirs. I think the Unicorns have got a really good shot at the Super Series this year, or this season.
Well, that's what we thought last season, and then they got beat by this High Roller squad. After this High Roller squad beat the Bombers, who was also a really good squad that we thought was going to repeat.
Yeah, it's been. I think that's why everybody thinks the Epic Conference is just the best. I think you can take any of these top teams from the Epic, throw them into the Heroic, and I think they just kind of run away with it. And the sheer numbers these teams are putting up is just ridiculous. I mean, you look at the Bombers last season. I think the Bombers had a run differential that was just through the roof.
He's out. Now back. The left fielder, number 14.
Last season, the Bombers' run differential was 80.
Yeah, it was. I remember it being something crazy.
Now batting, the shortstop.
You look at the run diff of 80, and to say how that team did not make it past the second round is just ridiculous. You know, and the Unicorns last season sweep their way through the first 2 rounds, and then just get beat up by the High Rollers.
Now batting, the first baseman.
Max range, runner on first, 2 gone.
Ball.
No, seriously, I stand on High Roller sunset. Yeah, so the Sparrows, definitely in terms of divisions to get all teams in the Super Series, I think right now probably the closest would be because the Sparrows are not going to compete for a Super Series until at least Season 10, being realistic, Season 11 is when you could potentially...
I think out of all the expansion teams, the latest to compete is probably going to be the Sparrows. I know earlier Shag has said a lot about his plan with the Mythic. I think he's stated that he wants to wait because the Wildcats and the Unicorns are still going to be competitive for the next couple seasons. So I think that's a good call. To sort of bide your time, develop your players, and just come out dominant. And I think in terms of a team that can go from kind of 0 to hero, I think if you look at the heroic expansion teams, the Express and the Liberty, I think they've got a really good shot in Season 10 of just kind of running away with the divisions. But I think it's going to be significantly harder for the Liberty to do it than the Express.
Left side foul.
I think you look at the icons, and you can say the moonshots are in super rebuild mode. And Pandora already has like I think between the season 9 and season 10 draft, he's got like 18 draft picks or something like that.
Blazers 5-sack week will not continue next week. I am, man, I've gone every single day. It's days like, it's nights like these that I'm like, granted, the league was much different in the past. There wasn't Super Saturdays, there wasn't minors, all this sort of stuff. But Josh, for 4 seasons, casted every single game.
So, I mean, between the next 2 drafts, the Moonshots have 14 draft picks in total, and of those 14,
Number 12.
4 of them are first rounders.
Bolton King, in time.
The right field.
That's,
Right,
I
well,
think the Moonshots.
we've seen some great infielding today.
Yeah, the fielding has just been. I mean, this is kind of what I expected of the last game. To be fair, to be honest.
No, that's high.
And to call this the blowout game of the night is
The left fielder.
I don't know.
Number
Well,
2.
there's plenty of game left.
Bolton King, not again.
Now
Not again.
The center fielder, number 27.
I think you take a look at these divisions. You say, I think the Express are going to have a pretty good shot next season. They might be. They're definitely going to go up in the division. I think the Knights are probably going to go into a more full rebuild. I think
Vikings
the
are already
Moonshots.
going to be on their way there.
Yeah, the
Lumberjacks,
Vikings are.
As of
gonna
right
get-
now, the Lumberjacks window is going to close next season. Now, just like the ball players, we say their window closes, and yet they always seem to make it more and more open. That one's hit well into left.
You
Got
know,
myself.
with all the season 4s and season 5s on the Lumberjacks, I mean, it's if they get unlucky in the off season, they could very well get duped by aging. You know, you
That
look at
ball
that.
is jacked, heading deep, back to the track, to the wall. It's out of here. High Rollers make it 2-0. Yeah, I mean,
You know, also-
definitely in terms of like, I mean, you look at the Mythic, the Unicorns, the Wildcats, as you were mentioning. You look at your division, the Retrievers, the Overdrafts will take a step back next season.
I think the Express have the best chance next season, unless Shag is lying and the Mythic are going to compete. I think if the Mythic decide to compete next season, they could be battling for that number 1 spot in the Galaxy. I really do feel like that. I think they've had the best sort of setup leading into it. I think the Express next season, just in general, probably have a really good shot. They're the youngest. They're by far the youngest team in that division.
That
They've
one
got so
gets
much
through the
potential.
right side, and it's going to be 3-0 High Rollers.
I think the Liberty. If we decide to compete next season, I think the Overdrafts are kind of gonna step off. I think they're kind of gonna die off a little bit in the next season or so. I think the Moonshots. I don't know what. I cannot live inside of Pandora's mind. I don't know what's going on in there. What a snag!
The infielding is just on another level.
The fielding's been crazy. We've seen so many errors. It's weird to see good plays. The Moonshots. I can't live in Pandora's head. I don't know what's going on in there. He's got some kind of secret formula for his rebuild, and nobody knows what it is, and nobody can make any guesses. I
It's
think
called,
the
you see
Moonshots.
that stapler? That's on sale. You see this staple? That's on sale. Can I sell my tires off of the car before I sell my car? I have never seen a team get rid of assets so efficiently as the Moonshots have.
And to collect 14 draft picks in the next 2 drafts. And, their team already, with the picks they got in the Season 8 draft, their team is already really, young in the minors. Look at their minor squad. It's all Season 8 players. they are going to be a very scary team in the not too distant future.
We will head to the 6th. It's 3-0 High Rollers. Kwashi, do you have the game on PC? Because if you do, you can download all of the teams in the SSBL.
That's down.
Off of the glove of Colton King. You can't do everything.
Now batting, the catcher, number 17.
Ball high. Oh. Easy.
Now batting, the second
Gets the
baseman,
runner at home.
number 26.
One gone. Runner at first.
Now, I think, continuing with that, to say, if the Mythic decide that they want to wait, which I think in that division is a good call to at least wait for the Wildcats to kind of die off. I think if you wait for the Wildcats, bide your time, Season 10, the Mythic are huge. I think the Mythic are huge. They're a contender for that division in Season 10. I think the Express are contending in Season 10. I think the Liberty are contending in Season 10. I think the Sparrows right now, with the setup they've had, not really making a whole lot of moves, it's going to be a lot tougher for the Sparrows to be able to, compete and hold their own, while trying to manage a minor league team that's going to, develop good players. Because, they didn't really make a whole lot of
Are you
moves.
kidding me?
What a play. What? This is the defense is so good in this game.
Unbelievable.
No. High.
We should have switched this should have been game of the night, I guess.
No, if anything, Retrievers Vikings should have been game of the night.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
K-Dud doesn't mean anything to Enriquez tonight.
K-Dud just means getting strikeouts.
Right to Hendricks. We will head to the 7th, 3-0.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 10.
This has been a really quick night, now that I think about it. I mean,
No. Inside.
we are basically about 2 hours and 15 minutes of game time.
Yeah, these have been quick games. I mean, even a double-digit game that was
Number 12.
fast. The Bombers scored all those runs in the third, and then just kind of were like, okay, game's over.
So fast, in fact, that I'm gonna pull up the local Chinese eatery. I'm gonna place an order for pickup.
I'm gonna call Jimmy John's.
No,
Get
I'm
it freaky fast.
gonna go to Minions. That ball is hit well into the gap. A 1-out double for the Sparrows.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 35.
Ball that's low.
Wooly in time, 2 gone.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 2.
Go inside.
Wooly, I mean,
Maybe
this
stop.
is just a clinic in defense
Both
right now.
both shortstop have just been on their best game right now.
Now batting, the the right fielder, number 1.
Brings up Jarius G. Baby Evans.
That's low. Foul.
Right to Vegas. One gone. As we want to thank you for turning in to the SSBL on Twitch. I am Fisek on the call. Joined tonight by Running. Make sure that you are following the official SSBL Twitch to get access to emotes.
Nope, that's
Join
high.
us on the Discord to find out all the latest about the SSBL.
Strike 3, you're out.
Right, let me go. I don't want the mojo anymore.
Fielder, number 14.
Let me get, there it is.
You're out.
And just more plays to shortstop that just keep resulting in outs.
Now
That's to the
batting,
top of the
center
8th.
fielder,
Lynn
number
Larsonian.
27.
Low.
Not really. We don't really have like, I don't know what the prototypes for each one. Sparrows are just expansion team. I don't know if they have a specific.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 9.
Yeah, I don't think the expansion teams have high enough stats to have enough bars
a
in the
niche.
game to have like the little like description.
Foul. Fair ball.
Colton King and I mean it's just the Colton. It's just
The catcher,
man, this is
number
ridiculous.
17.
But Sparrows are
It's
nothing
just
else.
the defense show, man.
That ball hit well. That's gonna die. So we will head into the ninth.
Now batting,
Or bottom of the 8th.
shortstop,
Bottom of the 8th.
number 3.
And I'm gonna
All
meet
right.
myself.
Nope, that's high.
You got the call here for the bottom of the 8th.
He's out.
That's it. Another liner straight to second base.
Number 89.
Max range up to bat.
Ball. Strike.
Swings it one outside. Puts it on the ground. Second base again. Hendricks to first. There's the out.
Batting, the second baseman, number 4.
Becky
No,
Poe
that's high.
takes one high.
Strike.
1-1.
Strike.
Swings at one low and in.
That's down.
Ooh, that was a close take.
Ball, that's low.
Full count. 2 away. Puts it on the ground to second again. And three quick hits to second base and 3 quick outs.
Guys,
On
I've
to the
got
top of
some.
the 9th we go.
I've got some bad news. I think
Number 26.
I'm gonna restart my phone. I think that my favorite Chinese food eatery is closed.
Oh,
Either that or the line's dead. Because I tried to call the line and
Nope, high.
it just went.
it went straight to the operator tone.
Yeah. Colton.
Third.
It's just Colton King. Yep. Nothing new here.
Designated hitter, number 24.
Deep right. Strike.
Pending something miraculous.
Ball, that's inside.
High rollers will move to 7 and 4.
Foul ball. Strike 3, you're out.
Rung up there.
Now batting,
Rebound
the
for
third
them after
baseman,
losing to the
number 10.
Unicorns. They've now won 5 of their last 6.
Nope, that's inside. Deep right.
Sparrows will move to 2 and 8. That ball hit into
That's
center.
it.
Out.
And Turnpike is there. And that will end what has been a very, very fast stream. It's full of
Yeah, and I
ups
think
and
this
downs.
was the fastest game of the night.
So, running your thoughts from this game as well as from the games that we saw today.
Well, first for this game, this was the only clean game of the night. Congrats to both teams for having defenses that don't throw the ball out of play, or have any errors at all. It's the only game tonight without an error. I think Vikings get a huge win. Gauchos get the win they deserve, the win they expected, the win they deserve, the win they need. The Bombers absolutely destroy their rivals, and High Rollers get it done here, and it's just it's moving right along the way we want it to for that three-way tie in the Phenoms.
Also, a complete game shutout for Bobby Farmhand. Just 4 hits allowed, 7 strikeouts, no walks.
I didn't even realize that. I didn't even realize he was in the whole game.
Player of the game will be Bobby Farhand, deservedly, followed by Mary Stone and then Jarius G. Baby Evan. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Oh yeah, Whitney, I got rid of uptime because I added in all the
Speaking of things for Whitney. Whitney, look, it was a complete game shutout not thrown by Horizon.
Yeah, I got rid of uptime to add in some of the new commands. Yeah, only gave up 3 runs. All said, not that bad of a night. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Want to thank my buddy Running for joining us on the stream. Make sure that you tune in on Saturday for Jacked Episode 8. Miners Action will be uploaded on Sunday. Before you know it, we are right back into Week 9, where heading into Week 9, Stingers 3 games away from clinching a playoff spot. Unicorns, Lumberjacks, Dragons 4 games away from clinching a playoff spot. So, lots of potential movement, as well as, unfortunately, Angels, the elimination number of 1. Skulls of Rocks, Sparrows, Moonshots, elimination numbers of 2, and the Mythic and Liberty elimination numbers of 3. So more likely we'll see some eliminations next week before we see some clinchings. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you again to Running. Thank you again to Turtle Beach for your sponsorship of the SSBL. And until next time, everybody. Oh, yeah, trade deadline Saturday going into Sunday. Don't anticipate we'll have any, but just so that everyone knows. Until next time, everybody, keep on rigging. See you next week.